gaming.com, bringing you another edition of Pioneer Curious. For this month, we're testing out a Mardu Aristocrat deck that I've been working on. I mean, this is nice. We have the sack outlet. We don't have the drain. Wait, no, we don't have a sack outlet. We have the drainer. Kiri. I don't even know what that means. Does that mean control? We're gonna keep it. I mean, we could get punished for not by not drawing another land, and then we have these two fables that aren't gonna do much for us. I know that sounds like blasphemy, but playing the fable on turn 3 in this deck just to find lands, if we have to pitch our combo pieces to find lands, we're not really that better off. If we pitch our lands to find combo pieces, we're also not that better off. So we can pitch one of the fables. We'll see what we draw, of course, but that's why on turn 3, I'm not sure I really want a fable. And a rally is not what we wanted to see either. Not yet. I mean, these are great. Both Fable and Rally are both cards that we would like to play later in the game. Either to dig us into things. I mean, we'll play the Fable on turn 3 because we got nothing else going on. And we'll just end up pitching a Fable. And maybe even this Obnixilus. Since if it was a Butcher of the Horde, it'd be different. But alright, so this is it looks like it's blue-white control so far. Untapped land would be good. Thank you. So we have the double white for Rally. That's good. And we have all the colors we need. And we can get this Fable down now. And if they counter it, fine. We have a second one. But we'd rather have a different first strike combat damage. This guy's got first strike. That's that's something, right? We'd much rather have some of our dirtily dorky creatures to draw out or to get on the battlefield, because our opponent might not think to counter this or that because it's just a 2-drop, it's just this, but the Fable is definitely getting countered. Yep. Censor. No, we will not. So we are playing a blue-white control deck. Oh boy, I love me some control. I like playing control. I'm tired of playing against it just from decades ago. So temporary lockdown is probably one of the... Oh, that's brutal. That is such a good card for our opponent against us. I mean, that is just incredibly good. Main deck hate against what we're trying to do. So exile makes the rally look really bad. 2 for 1 could be a 5 for 1. Another Obnixilus. So we'll probably just end up pitching. Honestly, I mean, after seeing the temporary lockdown, what are the chances they have another one? So much mana. Alright, so we're going to go Obnixilus, Cartel Aristocrat, and draw into that. Unbelievable. What do we have in the sideboard? I think I might have taken out the Thought Seizes for Even Mind Sensor, thinking about going forward against League opponents. So we can go ahead and Obnixilus, it'll get countered. We can play Fable and it'll get countered. We can play Cartel Aristocrat and who knows, it might not get countered. This temporary lockdown, man, is brutal. Oh man, I don't know what I'm doing. Responding to the treasure trigger. Let's get that damage in. That resolves. They might have another temporary lockdown. Or just something better. Memory Deluge. Draw some cards. Finding some answers. So what is our good cards against control? I mean, Impact Tremors is good, although they probably have ways of dealing with that. Does this hit? non-land permanents? It does. So this is just this card is gonna ruin our fun for real throughout this match. Um, so I mean, we need lands and spells. We're not in a great place. So there's our impact trimmers, which is a good card. Um, temporary lockdown gets it though. What do we want to? Why don't we just go to combat and see what they do? We get the treasure token. I mean, opponent's probably playing like something like Sphinx's Revelation or a way to gain a lot of life. I don't even know if that gets played anymore. But in a blue-white control and Pioneer, I'd be playing Sphinx's Revelation. And yeah, Memory Deluge is probably a better card for card draw, but the life gain or for card filtering. What do we want to resolve here? Probably Fable is what we really want to resolve. Do they have the answer? But we'll take Impact Trimmers. Do they have another counterspell, another Censor? They might. So Impact Trimmers with Rally's Knight is cute. Are they even going to bother? If they have another temporary lockdown, I doubt they'll counter it if they have it. It looks like they're thinking, reading the card, deciding whether it's worth censoring. We're putting pressure on our opponent. We have them dead in 2 turns if they don't find just an answer to what we've already committed to the board. And then if they do play a sweeper and we can find a cheap sack outlet, or sorry, a drainer. We had the drainer. We have the sack outlet. We need a way to drain our opponent's life total. So we need them not to have another temporary lockdown. And we need to find a Blood Artist effect. Can we fight through multiple temporary lockdowns? Sunfall. Exile all creatures. Wow, so much exile. So much exile. Sad face. Alright, well, maybe we can draw into an untapped land and just get the Obnixilus down. That is something, right? Just another Impact Trimmers. Well, so maybe we need add another land. This is the second game in a row that I've gotten stuck on 3 mana when I really just needed a 4th on time, and we played 21 lands. Thing is, like, we're in that odd situation. We don't have a lot of card draw. The Fable is our only real way to filter our deck until we get to Obnixilus, which at that point we've already hit our land drops. We've seen a lot of cards, but anyway, and we don't want to play too many lands because we don't want to flood out with all of our low to the ground creatures. But we would like to be able to do like 2 things in a turn. So maybe I need to cut one of these Impact Trimmers for another land to get us to 22. I think it'd be 22 then. Apparently I can't drink currently. Yeah, all these exile effects are really ruining our fun. Sunfall, man. Maybe this is why the Aristocrat strategy does not survive in Pioneer or thrive. Too many exile effects. Although I don't think blue-white control is to your deck. Yeah, and the Thought Seizes are good against them. I don't know if we would end up needing to... I mean, Thought Seizes are going to be good against about anything. Take 2? Or do you want to counter my Haunted Witness? Still can't find the land. They're going to counter it, because why not? I have all these cards, and we're on a No More Lies. Counter target spell, and we can't even play for exile it. So many exile effects. And the mana screw, again, is really painful right now. So our opponents come prepared for graveyard shenanigans. And I don't even know if graveyard is a thing. or reanimation in Pioneer, or if maybe it's just that now the power creep has shown up in counterspells and sweepers in a way that exiles things instead of destroys them. And they're probably gonna kill us soon with these creature lands. Holding up that counter magic. Do we find anything worth casting? I mean, it doesn't even matter at this point. We need multiple cards to have a chance. What does this thing have? Let's see. 2/3 white and blue bird flying. Whenever it attacks, and we get Fable. Well, we've been really good at drawing Fables. We'll play it. See if they have even more counters. Find out what other counter spells they're playing. It resolves. I think we're just dead next turn. So take 2. We're very close to dead, if we're not dead. I mean, we can block if this doesn't die, which looks like it will. They're just going to flash in the Wandering Emperor. Nice. Yeah, I think we're just dead. I think we can probably scoop it up. Too many, I mean, missing too much land. But even with making land, look at all the exile effects they have. It's insane. Yeah, I think these Graph Digger Cages, I brought it in thinking, alright, it'd be good against the Amelia combo. But it would also nerf our Rally the Ancestors. So I'm not sure if I want to. Would I take out Rally to beat Amelia? I'm not sure. Alright, so control. I don't know what we do against control. They have so much. Bring in Rolling Vortex. There's no free spells. Even Mind Sensor, just to, I don't know, mess with them. What do we take out, though? I think we just run it back and hope they don't have so many exile effects. This is where the Thoughtseize would... I'm missing the Thoughtseize. So after this match, I'll tweak the sideboard a little bit. I was thinking about having Shieldred in the sideboard. That would be something to bring in against control to help punish them. So now we have 5 lands and nothing else. So that's the opposite problem. 1, 2, 3. Alright, this is a great hand. I wish it would have been our opening 7. We have everything we need. The draining, the sacking. We're missing a 1-drop. Do we dare put a land to the bottom? Do we dare? We do. Probably gonna regret it. I already feel like we're very unfavored in this matchup. When you see main deck exile effects, it's only gonna get worse after sideboard. Are we gonna get punished? We may be getting punished, folks. We have another turn, though, to find a land. And hope that they don't have Censor, which they probably will. So maybe we wouldn't even run out the Fable if we had a land. We will be in a position to... yeah, they're setting up for a counter spell. So what do we want to run out? Another Zulaport. We are getting max punished. If we put the Zulaport Cutthroat to the bottom, we'd be so happy right now. I wonder if people play Detention Sphere in Pioneer, because that would blow us out if we run out all these Zulaport Cutthroats. So I'm assuming this will get censored and are somehow countered. Unless they just have the exile effect. So once we get the Cartel Aristocrat down, the Sacrifice Outlet allows us to kind of get around the... oh, come on. Just let me hit F6 to get through the no. I don't have to click the no button. We can sack in response so that they go to the graveyard instead. So that we do have some game against the exile effects. It's just we didn't have anything on the battlefield to sack. Alright, we're missing land against control. Not looking good. In fact, it's looking very bad. Come on, deck. Why? So yeah, maybe just 5-lander opening. I may have forgotten to attack last turn too. Whoopsie. 5-lander opening 7, mold to 6. Put a land at the bottom, not draw another land. Well, I mean, I knew that was a possibility. Hey, it's not an exile effect at least. But I mean, missing land on as our control player continues to make their land drops, and we'll be able to just have, oh man, just why deck, why do you hate me so much? I mean, we're at the mercy at the top of our deck with this. Like, we put a land on the bottom. We had 18 more lands in the deck, and we can't find one. That's just the reality of Magic sometimes. And we're in a matchup that is pretty bad anyway, so missing land drops is real rough. And then it's an exile effect. They gain some life. I mean, it is what it is. We're in trouble. We'll probably scoop it up. Well, we had a lot of fun in our first match. All cats have lifelink. Yeah, I mean, that's just... Look at all this. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have lifelink. Alright. So now we're never going to win, and we have 2 mana. So now we're due to draw some cards. Or draw some lands at this point. We're right on time. Is there a world in which we can get out of this? I think there is the thing. And that's a lot of life they're going to be gaining. But I mean, I'm going to play it out. Like, you can't... I've said it before, you don't know the comeback ability of your deck until you give it a chance to come back. So we might as well give us the chance. We have a graveyard. We kind of have a graveyard. Our opponents are going to put... I mean, we don't have much time, and I don't think we can come back. But it doesn't hurt to try. And the lifelink is just so brutal against us, obviously. We probably should have anticipated that and brought in rolling vortexes. I mean, we can definitely scoop at this point. There's no way we can win. That we're gonna die to damage before we can combo off. They're gonna be gaining 12. They didn't even attack. I wonder why. So we draw a land that comes in untapped, or comes in tapped. Another rally. I mean, they're just going... I don't know if they're just going for... to one-shot us. Because they also... I mean, the rally only... Yeah, I mean, there's just no way. They're going to gain so much life with this attack. And we may survive the attack, but then the rally won't. We'll get back a handful of creatures. Do like 9 or 12. We just needed a better... They're getting their companion. I mean, if they don't attack here, then I don't... It's our opponent just having fun. I mean, look at this. All lifelink. There's so much damage. So much damage. Yep. And we'll just scoop it up. Well, that was painful. Alright, let me think about our sideboard a little bit. And I'll be back for another match. But for CyclesGaming.com, this is Johnny Cycles. I'll catch y'all in the next one. This has been another edition of Pioneer Curious. Thanks for watching. This is Johnny Cycles. If you haven't already, check out my website, CyclesGaming.com, where you can read about my various commander decks, watch my modern brews in action, read the articles and watch the gameplay from my Pioneer decks, and read my science fiction fantasy novel, The Podkind, that I'm publishing serially. If you like the content, please click that subscribe button on YouTube. Everybody counts. As always, thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all on the next one.